Hello, Radiant Soul. If you've made it here, it wasn't by chance. There's something pulsing inside you, isn't there? An energy that grows each day, an inexplicable sensation that something grand is about to happen in your life. Perhaps you've noticed how people have started looking at you differently, how opportunities emerge from nowhere, or how your intuition is sharper than ever. You feel like you're on the threshold of something transformative, that your time to shine is coming. But part of you questions, am I being presumptuous? Is this real or just wishful thinking? Let me tell you something that will change everything. This sensation you're experiencing isn't coincidence, it's not inflated ego, and it's definitely not your imagination. You're about to discover the truth behind this magnetic energy pulsing through your veins, this growing certainty that you were chosen for something greater. For years, you may have felt misunderstood, as if you carried a secret that even you couldn't fully decipher. Those moments of sudden clarity, the synchronicities that seem to follow your steps, the vivid dreams that leave you feeling like you've received important messages, all of this are signs that you're entering your moment of divine spotlight. Today, we're going to unveil the mysteries behind this transformation you're living. We're going to validate every sensation you've been experiencing, and I'm going to show you exactly why you're about to steal the show in a way that will impact not just your life, but the lives of everyone around you. If you recognize yourself in these words, leave a comment saying, "I feel this," because today you'll understand that you're not alone in this journey, and that your light is about to illuminate the world in ways you can't even imagine. Do you know what it means to be a chosen one who's about to steal the show? We're not talking about ego or need for attention. We're talking about cosmic responsibility, about a mission that was carefully orchestrated by the universe. When you were chosen to shine intensely, it means your soul went through a unique refinement process, that your life experiences were strategically aligned to prepare you to carry a more intense light without losing yourself in it. This spotlight moment you feel approaching isn't about you standing out for vanity, but about you becoming a beacon for those still navigating in darkness. The universe doesn't choose weak souls for important missions. It chooses those who have been tested, molded and strengthened through unique journeys. Your sensation of being about to shine is the awakening of a divine responsibility that was dormant, waiting for the right moment to manifest. Think about your childhood for a moment. You were always different, weren't you? Maybe you were that child who asked questions too deep for your age, who felt others' emotions as if they were your own, or who had such a vivid imagination that adults didn't know how to handle it. You might have felt displaced, as if you didn't completely belong to the world around you. But now you understand. You weren't displaced, you were being prepared. Every moment of solitude was a moment of connection with your deepest essence. Every time you felt misunderstood, you were developing the empathy necessary to understand others who would feel the same way. Your childhood wasn't about fitting in, it was about developing the authenticity that would be essential for your future mission. That sensitive and different child was being molded to become the adult who today feels this powerful energy pulsing within. During your adolescence, things probably intensified even more. You may have experienced moments of deep introspection, existential questionings that your peers didn't even dream of having, or a constant search for meaning that went far beyond typical concerns of that phase. Maybe you felt like an observer of life, analyzing human patterns and behaviors, with an insight that surprised even yourself. This phase wasn't about common rebellion. It was about awakening your ability to question, to see beyond appearances, to not accept superficial answers to deep questions. Every existential crisis you faced was forging your ability to navigate life's complexities with wisdom. You were developing the emotional and intellectual depth that would be fundamental to positively impact other people's lives when your time to shine arrived. In your adult life, you began to notice even more interesting patterns. People started feeling naturally attracted to you, seeking advice, sharing secrets, finding comfort in your presence, even when you weren't trying to be especially welcoming. You developed an almost magical ability to be in the right place at the right time, to say exactly what someone needed to hear, to appear in people's lives at crucial moments. This wasn't coincidence. It was your spiritual magnetism manifesting. You were being trained by the universe to be a catalyst of transformation in others' lives. Every person you helped, every life you touched, every moment of inspiration you provided All of this was building your capacity to carry greater responsibility. You were becoming a channel for something much greater than yourself. Now let's talk about the unmistakable signs that you're about to enter your moment of divine spotlight. The first sign is the dramatic intensification of your intuition. You began to know things, without knowing how you know, to have hunches that confirm themselves with frightening precision, to receive insights that seem to come from a source greater than your conscious mind. Your intuition is no longer just a whisper. It has become a clear and confident voice that guides you through life's most important decisions. You feel when something is right or wrong before even rationally analyzing the situation. This intensified connection with your inner wisdom is one of the first signs that you're aligning with a higher frequency, preparing to receive and transmit information that goes far beyond common knowledge. Your intuition has become your most reliable compass because you're being prepared to navigate unexplored territories. The second sign is the exponential increase of opportunities that seem to emerge from nowhere. Suddenly, doors that were closed for years begin to open, influential people appear in your life apparently by chance, and you find yourself in situations that previously seemed impossible to reach. But here's the secret. These opportunities aren't really casual. They are manifestations of the cosmic alignment happening in your life. The universe is conspiring in your favor because you're ready to assume greater responsibility. Every opportunity that arises is a test and preparation for the next level of your mission. You're not simply getting lucky. You're being strategically positioned to maximize your impact on the world. These opportunities are invitations from the universe for you to take bigger steps toward your destiny. The third sign is the sensation that time is accelerating inexplicably. You feel as if days pass faster, as if events in your life unfold at an accelerated pace, as if you're being propelled by a greater force towards something inevitable. This temporal acceleration isn't your imagination. It's the result of your alignment with a higher frequency. When you're tuned to your divine purpose, you enter a different temporal flow, where synchronicities multiply and manifestations happen more quickly. You're experiencing what mystics call sacred time, where each moment carries much greater transformative potential. This acceleration is a sign that you're approaching a crucial inflection point in your journey, where everything you've built until now will crystallize into something extraordinary. The fourth sign is the magnetic attraction you began to exert on other people. You noticed how people feel, naturally attracted to your energy, how superficial conversations quickly transform into deep exchanges when you're present, how your simple presence seems to calm and inspire others. This happens because your vibrational frequency is rising, and you're becoming a magnet for those who are ready to awaken or who need guidance in their own journeys. You're not trying to impress anyone. You're simply being yourself at a more authentic and powerful level. This magnetic attraction is a sign that you're preparing to positively influence a much larger number of people. You're becoming a natural catalyst of transformation. The fifth sign is the growing clarity about your unique gifts and how they connect with a greater mission. You began to understand not just what you do well, but why you do it well, and how these talents can serve something much greater than your personal goals. You realized that your skills, experiences, and unique perspectives combine in a way that can fill a specific gap in the world. This clarity didn't come from external analysis or comparison with others. It emerged from a deep internal recognition of who you really are and what you came to do here. You began to see how each experience of your life, including the most challenging ones, contributed to molding this unique combination of qualities that only you possess. This clarity is a sign that you're ready to assume your position on the cosmic stage. Now, it's crucial to understand the difference between inflated ego and authentic calling, because this distinction will determine whether you use your spotlight moment to serve or just to serve yourself. When your shine comes from ego, you feel the need to prove your worth, to be recognized, to stand out at others' expense. But when your shine comes from an authentic calling, you feel a deep responsibility to use your light to illuminate the path for others. Ego seeks attention. Authentic calling seeks impact. Ego competes. Authentic calling collaborates. Ego feeds on admiration. Authentic calling feeds on purpose. If you're reading this and feel that your desire to shine comes from a place of service, from a deep need to contribute to something greater, then you're experiencing an authentic calling. Your light isn't to outshine others, it's to awaken the light that already exists within them. Those who are destined to steal the show authentically often went through what I call the silent preparation period. You know, this phase, it was years, maybe decades, where you worked on yourself, developed your skills, faced your fears, healed your wounds, and built a solid foundation of self-knowledge and integrity. During this period, you may have felt invisible, underestimated, or as if you were being left behind while others seemed to advance more quickly. But now you understand. You weren't being left behind. You were being prepared. This period of silence was essential to develop the humility, wisdom, and inner strength necessary to carry greater responsibility. You were learning to shine from the inside out, not from the outside in. This silent preparation is what differentiates those who shine temporarily from those who become lasting sources of light and inspiration. The challenges you faced weren't obstacles in your path. They were essential elements of your preparation. Every difficulty you overcame developed a specific facet of your resilience. Every time you were tested and chose to respond with integrity instead of ease, you strengthened your ability to maintain your authenticity even under pressure. Every moment when you could have given up but chose to continue, you proved to the universe that you can be trusted with a greater mission. Your challenges weren't punishments, they were training. They molded you into someone capable of inspiring others who are going through similar difficulties. Your ability to transform pain into wisdom, obstacles into opportunities, and wounds into sources of healing for others is exactly what qualifies you for the spotlight that's approaching. The internal refinement you went through is another crucial aspect of your preparation. You developed the ability to observe yourself honestly, to recognize your patterns and limitations, and to work consciously to become the best version of yourself. This refinement process wasn't about becoming perfect. It was about becoming authentic. You learned to embrace your imperfections as part of your humanity, to use your vulnerabilities as bridges of connection with others, and to transform your weaknesses into sources of strength. This internal refinement is what allows you to carry a more intense light without losing yourself in it. You developed the emotional and spiritual maturity necessary to use your shine as a tool of service, not ego. You're ready to be an example of authentic growth and transformation. Your ability to stay centered during transitions and changes was also carefully developed. You learned to navigate uncertainty with grace, to find internal stability even when everything around you was changing, and to trust the process even when you couldn't see the final result. This ability is essential for someone who's about to enter a period of great visibility and responsibility. Rapid changes, new opportunities, and increased responsibilities can be overwhelming for those who haven't developed this internal stability, but you have developed it. You learned to be your own anchor, to find peace in the middle of the storm, and to keep your essence intact regardless of external circumstances. This is a rare and precious quality that qualifies you to lead and inspire others during times of change. Finally, you developed something that is absolutely crucial for those destined to shine intensely: authentic humility. Not the false modesty that diminishes your gifts, but real humility that recognizes that your talents are gifts to be shared, not trophies to be displayed. You understand that the greater your light, the greater your responsibility to use this light to illuminate the path for others. You develop the ability to receive recognition without letting it inflate your ego, and to face criticism without letting it diminish your confidence. This authentic humility is what will allow you to use your spotlight moment constructively, creating a lasting positive impact instead of just a moment of passing glory. You're ready to shine, not because you're better than others, but because you're prepared to serve in a way that others aren't yet. Do you feel this resonating in your heart? Leave a comment telling which of these signs most resonates with your current experience. Your validation can inspire others who are going through the same awakening process. Now that you understand the sacred nature of what's happening in your life, it's time to consciously embrace this transformation and channel this growing energy constructively. The first step is to completely accept the responsibility that comes with your shine. This means recognizing that your light isn't just for you. It's a gift you were chosen to share with the world. When you accept this responsibility, you stop questioning whether you deserve to be in the spotlight and start asking how you can use this position to serve better. Practice daily gratitude for your gifts, but always connect this gratitude with a commitment to use them to elevate others. Develop the habit of asking yourself, how can I use my light today to illuminate someone's path? This shift in perspective transforms your shine from a personal experience into a sacred mission. Remember, you weren't chosen to shine alone, but to be a beacon that guides others toward their own light. To stay centered during this intense transition, establish daily practices that connect you with your deepest essence. Start each day with moments of silence and reflection, where you can tune into your intuition and receive guidance on how to navigate the opportunities and challenges that will arise. Develop an anchoring ritual that you can use whenever you feel external energy becoming too intense. It could be a specific breathing technique, a powerful affirmation, or simply placing your hand on your heart and remembering who you really are behind all the roles you play. Cultivate relationships with people who know you deeply and who can remind you of your humanity when the spotlight begins to create distortions. Maintain practices that connect you with nature, with simplicity, and with fundamental aspects of life that don't change regardless of your level of visibility or success. Recognize that your spotlight moment is simultaneously a sacred gift and a divine responsibility. As a gift, it represents the universe's recognition of the work you've done on yourself and the preparation you've completed. As a responsibility, it requires you to use this privileged position to create a positive impact that extends far beyond your personal benefits. This duality is fundamental to maintaining balance. Celebrate your achievements and recognitions, but always keep in mind the greater purpose they serve. When you understand that your shine is both a privilege and a call to service, you naturally develop the humility and wisdom necessary to use this light constructively. Practice seeing each spotlight opportunity as an opportunity to plant seeds of inspiration and transformation in others' lives. Develop specific strategies to deal with challenges that inevitably accompany increased visibility. Prepare to face envy, criticism, and attempts by others to diminish your light, not out of personal malice, but because your ascension may awaken insecurities in people who haven't yet found their own light. When this happens, respond with compassion instead of defensiveness, understanding that these reactions are reflections of others' internal struggles, not truths about you. Establish clear boundaries between your public and private life, protecting spaces where you can simply be human without the pressure of being inspirational or exemplary. Cultivate an intimate support circle with people who love you for who you are, not for what you represent or achieve. Remember that maintaining your authenticity is more important than maintaining a perfect image. Finally, start now to consciously prepare for the impact you're destined to create. Identify the specific messages your soul came to share with the world and begin articulating them clearly and accessibly. Develop your communication skills not to impress, but to transmit important truths in ways that deeply touch people's hearts. Practice the art of being constructively vulnerable, sharing your struggles and growth in ways that inspire others to embrace their own transformation journeys. Begin to see each interaction as an opportunity to plant seeds of awakening, whether through a word of encouragement, an example of integrity, or simply the authentic presence of someone who has found peace with themselves. Your moment to steal the show isn't about you becoming a star. It's about you becoming a catalyst for others to discover that they too are stars waiting to shine. We've reached the end of this revelation journey, and I hope you now feel in your heart the confirmation of what your soul already knew. You're not imagining things, you're not being presumptuous, and you're definitely not alone in this transformative experience. This sensation of being about to steal the show is real, it's sacred, and it's the result of years of careful preparation that the universe orchestrated specifically for this moment. You were chosen not by chance, but by merit, for the internal work you've done, the resilience you've developed, and the authenticity you've cultivated even when no one was watching. Your light is about to shine intensely because the world needs exactly what you have to offer. And you're finally ready to carry this responsibility with grace and purpose. Always remember that being a chosen one who's about to enter their spotlight moment isn't about superiority, it's about service. You were prepared to be a beacon, a living example that it's possible to transform challenges into wisdom, wounds into sources of healing, and dreams into tangible reality. Your journey so far, with all its ups and downs, was the perfect training for the mission that's coming. Now it's time to stop diminishing your light out of fear of others' judgment and start shining with the intensity your soul always knew was possible. The world is waiting for you, and your time has come. Embrace your destiny with confidence, humility, and a heart full of love for all humanity. You're destined to inspire and elevate. Now I want to hear from you. In the comments below, share what was your moment of greatest recognition during this video. Which sign or revelation made your heart race because you finally felt completely seen and understood? Your experience might be exactly what another chosen soul needs to hear to validate their own awakening journey. If this content resonated deeply with you, share this video with someone you feel is also going through this transformation. Sometimes the validation we offer others is what confirms our own truth. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and activate the bell to not miss any content that will continue supporting your awakening and empowerment journey. And if you feel you're ready to connect with a community of souls who are living similar experiences, consider becoming a channel member, where we share even deeper insights and create a sacred space for mutual growth. Until our next meeting, keep shining. The world needs your unique light, and your time to steal the show is just beginning. A luminous embrace, and may your journey be filled with magic and purpose.